Hey guys, it's Dion Dean here, and I'm here with Cynthia from Closet
Hey.
Revival. Hello. We're going to do a special video today. I get a lot of questions from you guys on how I know if a bag is real or if it's fake. Um, that's really what it is, if it's real and if it's fake. And of course, I could do the video because I'm always in the stores, but I wanted to bring you guys an expert. And so here she is. We're going to be talking about Louis Vuitton. We're going to be talking about Gucci. We're going to be talking about Chanel. But first up, let's talk about Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about how to tell if a Louis Vuitton bag is fake. So we're gonna start with the fake bags.
We're going to start with the fake bags.
All right.
Like an easy way, and a way you can play a little game at the mall, looking at all the Louis, like what's
Yeah.
real and what's not.
Yeah.
The first dead giveaway is the color.
Okay.
And it's a color of several different things, starting with the vachetta leather.
Okay.
So the ones that are fake, they're made out of vinyl.
Okay.
And they're just going to be a solid uniform color, and they're going to be this kind of like unusual Barbie skin tone color.
Skin tone. I like that.
Yeah, so very, very clear difference. And I'll
All right.
show
Let me
you.
show. Let me show you guys. Can you guys see that? So if it's fake, it's going to look like a Barbie leg. Basically, it's going to look like a Barbie leg. And then there's also like this rub out of stuff, right?
The edging is
The
like it's going to
edging.
be this like real bright brick red color, and you can kind of show them where it's like peeling.
Yeah, and you see that where it's peeling?
Because it's just like a plastic coating they put on the edge.
Yeah, it's
versus
not.
on real Louis Vuitton, like it's a dye that they apply to the edge, and dye is not going to peel or chip off.
Okay, so with the real one, and we have a real one here.
Yeah.
So with the real one, it's dye. It's not like plastic, so it's not going to peel off. Whereas with this, you can see where it's peeling.
It's just like some weird plastic coating they put on the edge to seal it.
Barbie leg. That's what I'm going to call it. It's Barbie leg if it's fake.
And then also like the yellow of the stitching, it's like this really bright, like maybe going with our leg theme, like now it's like a chicken leg.
That's like a chicken leg. So it's like a neon. The stitching is neon versus kind of like, what would we call that?
It's just a softer, muted color on the
real bag. Yeah.
It's so just really bright. So basically, bright and uniform color, like that's just a dead giveaway.
And we talked about the hardware.
The hardware for sure. Yeah. Like again, it's bright and shiny because you can just feel how lightweight it is.
Yeah. So it's not supposed to be shiny. Versus you said that the real ones are brass, right?
Yeah,
so they're gonna
the
like
real hardware that they use is brass. So it's brass darkens. That's just how it is.
Okay.
You can kind of say, I mean, it can still be shiny, but it's kind of shiny.
And this is a real one.
In a different way. Yeah, that's a real.
And this is a real one. This is a real pochette, and you can see the brass detailing here. And you talked about the locks. That was one thing.
Because that's just a really good example of like the bright, shiny, fake.
Yeah. And there was a number on the real one, right?
Yeah, the real locks are going to have...
So this is a fake lock. You see that? How there's no number? Let me show you a real one.
Yeah, and then it looks totally different.
So look, the real one is brass, as we can tell. And there is a number. Can you guys see that 317 there? I don't know if it'll focus.
The corresponding number will be on the key that unlocks it.
And the corresponding number is going to be on the key.
And this is like a fake key, which you can see looks... Nothing
like that.
One. So, oh my gosh. Old lady backwardness.
No, you're not old. You're not old. But this is a real Speedy, as you can see. So I'm going through all these bags, and my birthday's coming up, so I'm like,
I know you have an awesome birthday.
Come get me your gift. Okay. So the hardware and the color and the stitching. Yeah. You were talking about with the stitching how they don't backstitch with the real stuff. Right. So it was this one.
Look at you can really see it on this one.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of times on the fake ones, they'll just be like a bunch of loose threads everywhere. Okay. And it's not saying the real one, some unstitching can happen if it's older, but it's not. You can see the stitches aren't uniform at all, and where they backstitched.
Okay. Yeah. Let's show you. So the backstitching. Because we were talking about a lot of the Louis Vuittons are handmade, and so it's just a single stitch, right? And you can see the thread is kind of coming out on there, right here.
I mean, you'll see how they end the stitch on this one. I mean, like this is exactly a real Speedy bag.
And they're symmetrical, right? Like it's not going to be, So you can see how they finish that.
And the stitches are all uniform and even.
Uniform and even.
No sloppiness.
No sloppiness. Yeah. Okay.
mean, and that's part of why the bags are expensive, because you know, it's just very, it's finely crafted,
and they're well made. Like you can tell just looking at this bag and the way what do they call it? Not the feel. What's the hand? Looking at the hand with this bag versus this bag, which is kind of hard. It's not.
It's hard and stiff.
It's hard. It's stiff. It's just not.
And this traditional monogram was like, it's not leather. I mean, it's coated canvas. So,
coated canvas. Okay.
I mean, that's what it is. So the leather part is the trim. So the shuttle leather.
I'm wrong because I'm always calling it leather. Okay, so it's coated canvas. Coated canvas. Okay.
I don't really think Louis Vuitton makes a leather and all leather bag. So
I'm learning stuff here by people. I'm learning stuff. Okay, so this is real coated leather. Okay. So where does the hand come from? Where it's just over time that it gets soft?
It's just from wear.
Just wear.
It's just from wear. And actually on the leather, like they make an epi leather bag, which isn't something that they're just to make sure that people aren't, they're going, she's wrong. Yeah. So, but I mean, but the bags they make are leather. They're this epi leather. Yeah. The monogram that everybody likes and most people have is the coated canvas. So,
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we've covered Louis Vuitton. We're going to do another video where we talk about Chanel. Stay tuned.
You know, the big thing we didn't talk about.
So, ended the video too soon. We didn't talk about serial numbers. Serial numbers is another way that you can tell if your bag is real or fake. So, I'm going to help Miss Cynthia look for a real serial number.
Actually, I have a good one.
Oh, yeah, I have a good one?
An easy one.
And you said that it was the explain it.
It's actually a date code, not a serial code. It's not a serial number. So, it's always going to have 2 letters at the beginning, and it just tells you what country it was manufactured in. So you can obviously match up that letter code with the made in label on the bag. So if it says made in France, but the date code says, oh, that's really a Spain manufacturer code, you already know something's wrong. But honestly, they're not that technical about it.
And where should we find it? This is a pochette.
Well, and the thing that's challenging is it varies bag to bag where it is and kind of how it's in there. On this particular one, it's a leather tab that's sewn into the stitching. It's super easy to see.
And we talked about if you really want to know, you have to spend some time with the real thing. So you guys can't see the number, or maybe you can right here. Is to spend some time going to the Louis store and coming to places like this, like Closet Revival, and just looking at being familiar with the real thing will help you distinguish. Yeah,
and just one other tip on the date code. Yeah. So we talked about the first 2 characters are letters that are manufactured. Then there's going to be 4 numbers. Okay, so 2 letters, 4 numbers. Okay. And it varies by the year, but pretty much any recent bag, it's going to be the 1st and the 3rd are the week of the year. So it could be a value up to, you know, how many weeks there are in the year. Yeah. And then the 2nd and the 4th are the year that it was manufactured. So this bag was manufactured in 2002 because you can see 0032. So the year is 2002.
Oh,
so an easy way.
In March? Because it's a 3 March?
It's the 3rd week.
3rd week.
3rd week.
Not month.
Yeah. So
my brain, y'all.
And you can also tell if like, okay, that first number is a 6. Well, there aren't 60 weeks in a year. So you already know something's wrong. Okay. All right. I was telling you earlier about we had somebody bring a Neverfull in that unfortunately wasn't authentic. Yeah. Where the year that it was manufactured was 2017. And unless it just jumped in a little time machine and came back to her, like, that's not possible.
Somebody's husband was in trouble. Was a real bag.
I mean, a lot of the fake bags don't have a serial number at all, but I've been seeing some better ones that they put a little tab in there that it's kind of weird looking and funky looking, but just because you see that tab doesn't necessarily mean it's real. Yeah.
Okay, so when all else fails, bring it to a place. Well, can they bring it here if they want to get it evaluated?
You know, and if they're bringing it in to sell to me, like we don't just authenticate, but if it's something that they're interested in selling, absolutely, because you know we're not going to sell anybody a counterfeit bag, so we need to authenticate it first.
Where should they go to have a bag authenticated? If they find a bag at a garage sale, or if their husband gave it to them and they're like, I know he didn't spend that much money on me, where can they go to find out?
You know, honestly, there's just a lot of research you can do on the internet.
Okay. Research the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as much as like, you know, I would love to talk about my store, there are some very reputable online places like The Real and Fashion File that, you know, they absolutely sell authentic bags. Okay. And they have a lot of very detailed pictures. Okay. So it's a really easy way to sit at home on your computer and look at all those pictures. So like, you know exactly what whatever bag you're out shopping for should look like.
And just be a smart consumer,
yeah,
right?
Just be smart.
Smart consumer. All right, so we're ending this video for real. And next, next we're going to play with some Chanel. All right, see you guys.